Hey traders, welcome to another edition of Crypto Live with Alex every Thursday, featured by Trading Analysis. As usual, we're going to go in a little bit of a macro overview, latest crypto news and latest crypto developments. So put your questions in the live chat and I will try to look some of the cryptocurrencies for you. As you know, we closely track main cryptos and alts as well. So let's begin immediately with our analysis of the Bitcoin market cap dominance. And if you remember, in the last Thursday, we were looking for at least reaching these 52.44 levels, and we penetrated, and I said that in the case of these levels do not hold, we are probably going to see a continuation to the downside. So all of this we look as a possible deeper flat correction with five waves down. Flats are usually 335. So there is a three waves down, three waves up, and now we are tracing down a deeper pullback, which can even go down to 43 45 levels. So, as you know, Bitcoin is kind of a moving lower as we were looking with certain additions to it with some levels. We broke some key levels on the Bitcoin, so I will show you the chart. How do we see it from there? But I think this dominance chart is very well explaining that the alts are moving higher as we are seeing that on many of the charts. And I think that this will continue with a possible small pullback in this fourth wave and then a continuation of the lifting of the market cap in alts. So let's continue and let's look a little bit of news. Not much of the news today. We all know what happened in the last few days, especially with the Bitcoin hash rate from China. We have seen also that some of the institutions are under investigation for laundering money through the Bitcoin. We also have heard some of the comments from the central banks regarding the Bitcoin. Turkey also banned any transaction in bitcoins or cryptos, and we are awaiting same decision from India. So, despite so many positive news we had in the previous weeks, the last couple of days has been relatively bundled with a negative sentiment towards Bitcoin. We still don't think that this is the end of the trend, but anyhow, I think we will experience some type of a corrective pullback before we resume higher. We have seen also some of the news that it's going on regarding, as you can see here, regarding Bitcoin transactions are more expensive than ever. So we also have seen that we have some news regarding US houses pass a bill to require financial regulators to set up a digital assets working group. So many countries are more seeking regulation than banning it, which is good for cryptos. But we also gonna wait news from India and the potential ban of any crypto-related assets over there, which might add weight on crypto's price in the future. We had Coinbase IPO. We looked that chart last time. We'll look also that chart today as well. So not much of a news today. Fairly kind of a just informative one. So we can also look a little bit of macro, which means that we are going to look at 10-year yields, one of the most looked chart in the world now in the prospect of a possible inflationary pressure and the movement of yields in the US on the upside. As I said last time, we still see this as a potential move on the upside as long as we hold some levels. And this looks pretty much corrective. As you can see, the RSI is moving lower, and we are basically sideways here, so we didn't see any impulsive significant drop. So I think very soon we are going to see this 10-year yields attack again these crucial resistance levels between 1.8 and 2, and then I think we're gonna, after potentially even a few attempts, continue higher towards 2.3, where we might see another correction. But after we pass these two very significant levels here, then in the later move on the downside, they will act as a pretty good resistance or support. Sorry, they will act now as the resistors. And when they act as a support, they might suggest then holding for a while, rates might continue even higher in the months to come. Vaccination process in US is going very nicely. Over 100 million people is already vaccinated. And I think US will head toward normal, more normal situation after the summer, when they probably going to reach a critical mass of people vaccinated to function a little bit more normally, especially than in Europe. So let's look a little bit of dollar index, and then we will dive to cryptos. I'm gonna stay on the same view that dollar index is poised to go higher after the five-way move down, which we looked from the March 2020. We see that this as a corrective pullback, either in the leading diagonal or WXY. This can also morph into a triangle, but until we trade above this 89.67 level, we will still going to look for a possibility that this correction in dollar might take some time to unfold. And still, this is a three-wave move. We don't see a five-wave movement yet there. And until we don't see that, I think we can still have this wave count as the operative one, where we see after potentially a little bit more consolidation, dollar continuing higher towards this 95, 97 levels. Okay, so let's go and see what's going on the crypto space. Let's look at the Bitcoin first. I know that everybody likes to see that immediately, so let me just go and see what I did on a Bitcoin. Yeah, so I have succeeded to extract some significant amount of alts on the multi-wave from the Binance. So that's very good, because now I can analyze them much more quickly and operatively than in a trading view. So I have a very nice number of them here. But let's start as usual with the Bitcoin on a weekly time frame. As I was looking before, we were looking for an ending diagonal, which is still technically valid, but I think most probably it is going to fail. From the higher perspective, we are aiming in this run on the upside on the Bitcoin towards this green wave tree. Okay, so every Elliott wave sequence on the larger or smaller time frame should have a very divisible five-wave move, and this is what we are looking here. So in January or December 2018, we have seen a first five-wave sequence, three-wave pullback, which was pretty directional, leading diagonal in A, up in B, and down in C, penetrating a little bit 786, which is our key fib level for the possible correction, and maintaining the bullish outlook or the reversal outlook. We did successfully that, and then we continue higher, in which I think we are already very far in this third wave development. What we know about the third wave characteristics is that they are very sharp, angled on the upside, and we can definitely see that here. But as you know, markets are not directional all the time. They are not linear, they are fractal. So to determine when this correction might happen can give you a very big edge, because you will able to control your risk, your entries, and you basically you will have an orientation where you are. For that, we use a number of tools. One of these tools are Fibonacci, three different Fibonacci tools, which are retracement, extensions, and projections. And for the wave 3, we usually look to project the possible wave 3 targets. They can vary from, let's say, equality, which is a measured move. That's why we always have this base channel. Once the equality is passed, the next one is 1618, and the next one is 200, and then the last one is 2618. Rarely we don't see further move on the upside. They're definitely possible in cryptos, but I don't think we will move further in the Bitcoin. So what we are looking here, we are looking this current move either as a flat or a possible a little bit longer triangle. As I said, ending diagonal is still not invalidated, but I think in these circumstances, in this fall that we have witnessed in the last couple of days, I think this is more appropriate wave count. As you remember, last time we were warning that we are seeing these corrections appearing more and more frequently as we progress on the upside. And I think I said several times that this is a warning sign that the uptrend is slowly losing strength. We have seen that also in this RSI, which is still very well in a negative divergence because this was the wave 3 highs here. As you can see, the RSI is still kind of a dropping and meandering here on the downside. Also, we have to remind ourselves that, as I showed last week, on the monthly level, the RSI is around 90, which is pretty much high level. And if we compare that on the longer term chart, we can see that on a Bitcoin, this is one of the levels which are pretty high comparing the past occurrences on the Bitcoin. As you can see here, this is a 1 month RSI, so we are pretty much very close to these levels which we have seen in the past. So I'm gonna stay bullish. I'm not gonna make such a big panic because of this movement. Flat corrections are usually 335, and there is several of this type of flat corrections. One of the key ratios we look for the flat is actually 1 to 7 extension, which came exactly at these levels at 63,405. Is as you can see, we almost finished this three move on the upside, and now we should see some type of maybe a running flat, maybe even the whole flat. I don't know that in that moment, but I consider this just to be a minor correction before we continue a little bit more higher towards this 74, 80,000 levels, from where I think we are going to see some correction which will actually match this wave 2 pullback. Usually in the Elliott wave sequence, when you have such a higher time frame, and when you observe actually corrections, you will see usually equal to, or even fourth wave can be bigger in time, equal or bigger these two corrections, especially in the fourth wave. So if this was a directional correction following the rule or the guideline, more precise, of alternation, this one should be more sideways. One thing what we do also, we measure the time elapsed in this wave 2, and we try to find for the time elapsed in this wave 4. So if we, after this potential orange wave 3 starts to move in a bigger corrective pullback, equality will be around February 2022, and 1618 will be around June, July. But I don't like to go too much in a future time. Let's keep it clean and simple. I don't think this is the correction which should actually be the final one. I see that as an intermediate wave 4, and I'm expecting from some levels when this correction is done, either in a flat or triangle, further upside in a Bitcoin towards these targets that we are looking from the beginning of December and when the crypto lab has started. So if we look some of the other alts, they're pretty much confirming our outlook. I have showed you my preferred Polkadot chart, and it's working for now relatively nice. We also see a potential five-wave move here. I see this also as a potential flat, either running flat. So this kind of corresponds with the outlook on some other alts. So there is a 1-2 up and 3 reaching 200% fib ratio. Then we have a pullback, still can be a triangle or a flat, and then I think Polkadot will continue higher to new highs, and then it will finish this first five-wave sequence, and from there we should see a bigger pullback on Polkadot as well, which I'm awaiting very eagerly, because after that pullback for some time, Polkadot should continue further on the upside, which I think is going to provide a very nice opportunity for some of the setups on the long side. So if I look some other cryptos that we were tracking, we were also tracking SushiSwap, which made a very nice corrective pullback here in a wave 4. So as you can see, situation is pretty much similar, and the most of the alts we are going to go through today, you will see this three-wave completion, fourth wave pullback, and then potential further continuation from here or a little bit lower in this SushiSwap on the upside as well. So famously, the Dogecoin is one of the things which went up on the upside phenomenally. I still think that this move will actually survive a significant drop soon. I don't know if this drop is going to start immediately or from a little bit more upside, but I will be very careful positioning myself in the possible move further on the upside, because I see crypto community is poised that Doge will continue upside. It is already around, I don't know, 40 billion, 45 billion market cap. If I look this wave structure, it's a little bit shorter than we look on a coin trade chart. But anyhow, even if you look just at this sequence, 1618, I think it's a sum around there. I think we surpassed it, and then we are going to see, I think, a rather significant pullback after this wave 3 is finished, around maybe even 0.47. If it's not started immediately. So let me just look a smaller time frame. Maybe we are in some type of a triangle here, as you can see, three waves down, three waves up. So we are in a sideways consolidation with the potential even moving one more move on the upside, but be very cognizant of the Dogecoin. I think very soon we will see some of the reckoning there and potential fourth wave correction. Let me see a little bit what you are writing there. Yeah, Ethereum is going on the upside. Hi, William. Lots of our members there as well. Hey, Felix. Hi, Wilson. Thank you very much. Yeah, smash the like button. Thank you, Todd. So not much of a request, guys. I don't know if we have, if we made some charts wrong last time, so you are not requesting much this time, or just a little bit of joking. So okay, let's look Engine Coin. So which is a very nice kind of developments. I think it is still bullish. We also, whenever I look on this kind of altcoins, most of them has a pretty much nice developing structures on the upside. So I think we are still in some type of a fourth wave pullbacks on some of them. Also, this VET chain, which I said last time, it's going to continue on the upside, is progressing good further, and I think there is more upside. We might bump out a little bit in a 3-4-3-4 on the road, but then I think it's going to continue higher. We are very well past equality here, and I think we are going to continue higher on this one. Binance coin is still, I think it's still in a consolidation. I think we are going to see a little bit more upside. I'm waiting to see what it's going to do here. After this triangle, we have a nice 1 and 2 up in 3, so possibly we might stay here a little bit longer and then trace out a further move on the upside from where I will expect a little bit more larger correction on that one. So let me see, what would you like to see? Sol, I don't have that one here, so let me just go on the let me just go on this Polkadot and let me type Solo. Do you mean about Solana, Johnny? Yeah, if you think about Solana, I think we have said before, as you can see per this chart, that it's going to continue higher, and this did exactly what we were thinking it's going to do. So we were looking this to go lower in a corrective pullback and then find a nice support around this base trend line, which it did, and then it continued very nice higher. 1618 is the next possible level, so I think over there you should be careful, and that you should watching this on this level for a potential beginning of a larger pullback in this possible wave 4. So a very nice progression. 1, 2, up in 3, down in 4, and up in 5. Very nice third wave. Very nice shape. My dog is barking. It's outside. So I'm going to look for a further little bit more upside and then a corrective pullback and then a continuation. So very, very solid chart, but be careful. A little bit more upside, I think here is left. Yeah, Anchor, I think Anchor is performing very well. I have made this chart also last time on Anchor, and I think Anchor is in a very good path. I was indicating for now that you should be careful here around the equality, but from there we didn't see any significant move lower. So I will guess I will allow here a little bit more of a pullback and then a possible continuation. If you see this move on the upside, I think Anchor will be poised to continue higher and then actually finish around this 1618 projection around 105 before some type of a pullback. So I think it's still looking good as long as we trade sideways here. I will definitely not like to see anything more on the downside. Especially, I would not like to see anything invalidating these levels here. That will be a wave count invalidation. I will allow a little bit of a sideways to a slight lower price action and then a continuation on the upside. So yeah, I think it's still very, very nice pattern there on Anchor as well. Yeah, I think it's a fourth wave pullback as well. We have looked Binance. Let me look at Ethereum. So Ethereum is moving up. I think we are in this possible fifth wave. We have been looking this cross from Ethereum Bitcoin for some time. I think I have it somewhere around here. And as you can see, the Ethereum is moving pretty sharply on the upside in regards of this possible ABC move. So equality is around 0.05. And if we pass that, I think we will see a little bit more protracted strength on Ethereum over Bitcoin. Let me just let my dog in, otherwise it's not going to stop. Bella, ajde. Šta kukaš, bre? Ajde, sedi prvo nešto. Ajde. Ajde. Hey guys, sorry. Okay, so yeah, if you can see, it's moving pretty sharply on the upside, and I think this will continue. So we might see for some time outperformance, and definitely I will be very surprised if we see this equality overtaken, because then Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin for some time in advance. So pretty nice picture for Ethereum. We had a very solid correlation between the Bitcoin and Ethereum. I still don't think this is the finish of this move. Ethereum is still very much looking nice on these higher time frames, but as in a Bitcoin, I will look in some levels a little bit more in time, in a couple of weeks or even a month or two, as well as in Bitcoin, this large fourth wave pullback, which might take some time and be sideways before we continue on the upside. So pretty much same picture. Ethereum and Bitcoin are pretty much correlated. I think for the last couple of days, this correlation is moving lower because Bitcoin is sideways and Ethereum is moving on the upside, as you can see on this cross Ethereum Bitcoin. So pretty kind of unusual thing, but if we look this chart, it might be probably continue further for a couple of more even weeks. So looking forward to see what is going to happen there. Yeah, I think also Ethereum is a little bit mispriced and a little bit undervalued in regards of Bitcoin, because Ethereum is actually one of the things which you can use on a blockchain because of the smart contracts and the program it allows for dApps. So it's definitely a nice use case scenario. We have also ADA, which is kind of a challenging Ethereum. Also a similar chart. As you can see, all of these charts are showing a five-way move, third wave, which will actually come to a certain level, and then we will see a fourth wave pullback. So pretty much the same on these major coins. Okay, so if you like to see our work, of course, we are trading analysis, so you can come and look our stock, forex, and crypto service. If you are particularly interested in the cryptos, we have many features for our members. Trade desks, members webinar, chart room, strategy videos, very nice community in Discord where we change charts and possible short-term trades, trading analysis app, and many other things, as well as a repository, which means if you have a multi-wave, you can have my wave counts immediately on your multi-wave. So let me see what's going on one particular coin I was looking, and that is Matic. I was asked about Matic I think last time, and I think this Matic has a pretty nice wave structure. It might fall into a little bit of consolidation in the next couple of months, but I still see a little bit more upside, then a pullback, then another upside. So a majority of the move upside in Matic, I think it's finished. So we might fall, and this will be ideal if you can play option on Matic, but you cannot. for a butterfly strategy. But anyhow, as you can see, I think we will drop into a few months kind of a sideways consolidation before in a big range before we continue higher. So I think majority of the move is already done, and I think we are going to experience a little bit more upside, and then 3 4 3 4. All of this is tradable, so you can watch for let's say this fourth wave pullback, and then try to catch this fifth wave, and then again fourth wave and the fifth wave. So you will see that in general it looks on a higher time frames pretty much bullish development, with a possible just a kind of a few months hiccup coming in front of it. So Matic is a nice one, and I think it's going to stay bullish in the future. Let me see one of the inputs. Okay, we looked Solana, high Dogen, injective protocol. Hey Uresh, welcome to the Crypto Lab. Hit the like button. Thank you, Todd. Todd is our member. Thank you for reminding them. Click the like button, guys, so that we can gather potentially as a viewers or as a members much more crypto enthusiasts, because I think we do a pretty good job with the cryptos in trading analysis. Hey Veronica, what's up? Maria from Spain didn't came, so question, William. Hello, William. Is ADA similar to Etoko? Yeah, I think they are both offering smart contracts. Bancor. I didn't look Bancor for something. Hey, Dogen, what's up, man? Bancor. Yeah, Bancor. Yeah, but still very close to equality. It looks nice, but I want to see this equality passed. Pretty much nice, kind of a vertical move. But I would like to see this further continuation on the upside here. Something like this. I don't want to see these levels act as a potential reversal. RSI is dropping, so this is pretty much corrective, as you can see on many of these altcoins. So I think we will continue upside on this one as well. Gold still sideways. I don't see nothing in gold yet. Nothing particular on gold. Not 5 waves. We are reversing even today. I'm not prepared to be bullish in gold as long as I don't see a clear 5 waves up from here. I still think we're going to spend a longer time in this consolidation before we go higher. So I'm still going to defend this view until I'm proven different, and something which will make me to change my opinion. It's that from these levels we see a clear 5 waves up to this previous X wave and a pullback. We don't see that yet, so I will not be very much enthusiastic for the gold on the upside, especially if I see where the rates are going and how the dollar yen is doing. So I will look gold more to go lower than higher in this environment. Okay. Haha, haircut and beard change. So hit the like button. Oh my God, yeah. Hey Maria, what's up? Hey Randall. Gold, not as I said much on there. Bancor, we looked. Compound or sushi swap, we looked already the sushi swap. I think so I liked the chart on sushi swap. I was actually, if you go back and look previous crypto lab in December, I was looking to tell you honestly a little bit lower here on this pullback on a sushi swap, but anyhow, I was very bullish on the upside, which actually happened. This is just a pullback on a sushi swap. I still don't know if we are going to continue higher immediately or go a little bit lower, but it looks very nice to me for a possible continuation on the upside. This, I think, it's still a corrective. So either from here or from a little bit lower, I think sushi swap is going to trace out a nice move on the upside. Compound. Oh, I didn't put a compound here. Let me do that. Let's see. Compound. Nope. Let me try to find it. So it's probably this one. So let's start to see what a compound have in mind. Let me just try to find it here. Yeah, we were looking for a continuation in a compound. This is not a higher time frame chart, so I will go here because there we have our outlook already outlined. Compound, I think, yeah, it was here. So we were looking for a possible pullback in a fourth wave. We did get a pullback, but not so significant as I was thinking so. So probably we might see this wave 3 potentially finished, or it's going to finish soon. I don't see this small pullback in a fourth wave. So probably we might still have a little bit of wiggling around. But as you can see on the chart, I'm going to look above this equality for one more push on the upside to 1618 in compound before the larger correction comes to pair this second wave. So anyhow, all of this is now making a very nice kind of a support for compound. So I think still we might see a little bit of back and forth pullbacks here, maybe even a small triangle before compound continues to higher. So I will continue to watch that. We have some members which are trading compound actively, so I do often a chart on a compound, and I was bullish on a compound even from here. If you look the crypto labs from January, I was flagging longs on compound around 118 and even 94. So we had seen a very, very nice rise. And I think this rise in compound will continue and that we are going to move further higher in the compound. So I like that one very much with Polkadot. Okay, guys, let me see what else we have. We can look a little bit of some of the developments in this Dogecoin, which is very popular. So let me kind of break it out for you. I will start from a larger time frame. So let's look from here. I've seen many of the kind of a public be very interested in this Dogecoin in regards of the potential Tesla project and tying the Dogecoin as a crypto in some of the Tesla related projects. I must say my guys in stocks which do a phenomenal work, Todd, Bennett and Terry, are not seeing Tesla to be very constructive in the next couple of months. So I will keep my thesis that either from here or from a little bit lower or higher, sorry, we are going to see this relatively nice pullback in Doge before potentially we might continue higher. If we look this on a log scale, and usually for the higher time frames, I use a log scale, you can clearly see a 5 waves up and a pullback. We are above equality, so this will increase probability Doge will continue higher, but we have to see how we will behave in this pullback. If this pullback starts to um, express some of the more impulsive downside price action, I will be worried. But as long as we trade in three-wave pullbacks here from here or a little bit higher, I think Doge, although I don't like much particularly this coin, as many of the trading community which likes to see some more kind of a useful cryptos. I know it's a trading phenomenon, but from the current blockchain perspective, I'm really looking some of a little bit more sounder projects on the longer time frame basis. So anyhow, looking at technicals, if you can see, the RSI is pretty much higher, and I think we are going to see very soon a really substantial drop on this one. So on this Binance data, so if you look this zero, so here just you can track it, this zero is here. So I'm tracking this sequence just kind of separately because it's on a multi-wave, so you can kind of break it out a little bit more. So if you measure some of the standard ratios and the wave development, we know that after some type of a second wave, which was here, and you can see it here, which pretty much is visible. If you just take a time to look at it, so there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 ABC pullback, or either WXY complex one, which is a pretty long in time. It happened from June to October. So then we see a sharp rise in a third wave. And now we are going to look something more in a manner of couple of months of correction to pair this wave 2 and kind of get the right look. This is not necessary always going to happen, but I'm always looking in some similarities, and I learned that from our owner and trader from Trading Analysis, Todd Gordon, from which I have learned initially Elliott Wave methodology. So I'm always looking to kind of look for some type of a kind of a same similarities, either looking the guideline of alternation or some time value regarding these two corrections. So if you can see that some of the subdivisions here potentially indicate that the green wave 3 is already finished or has a little bit more upside. After that, we will see kind of a break of heart. So I will just kind of put a word of caution because I see the crypto community is pretty much hyped of this one going to 1. I think eventually that will happen, but not before we see a larger pullback here in the Doge. I don't know which magnitude or which type of the pullback it will be. I will be able to say that when and if we see some first sequences of this pullback, then we can see which pattern is developing. But for now, I will just be very cautious around 0.47, 0.5 on Doge, definitely. What is, hi Clifford, what is balancer? I never heard Sia coin. I think we looked at Sia coin before. Well, 5 waves up, 3 waves down. I mean, not much of the price data here, but anyhow, at least it looks kind of a nice, at least up to this higher levels here. So either ABC or maybe even further, but for now, I always go a little bit more kind of a conservative. I don't like to be hyped pretty much. on any price development. So I will be looking for this to go potentially even higher, 1, 2, up in 3, 4, and 5. So if you subdivide this, you might easily see these smaller subdivisions here. So kind of a nice looking chart, nice move on the upside, a little bit more upside on the RSI, so maybe a small correction, but it doesn't look so bad. This wave already passed equality on this subsequent move on the upside, so I think we might continue um, higher on this one. BAL, okay, Balancer USD. Oh, this is something new, huh? I don't like to analyze or look for this new kind of type of things. But anyhow, first 5 waves are pretty visible, even to 1, 2, up in 3, 4, and 5. So potentially some correction and then a continuation. So still nice looking chart. 5 waves up, potentially still not completed. Let's look some of the fib ratios here, and let's type in some of the ratios that we are look 2618, 1618, it's there, 2, it's there. So if you look all of these ratios, we already reached a little bit above this 1618, around 2. So potentially either a triangle or a little bit, but I think it's this one is still looks pretty much nice after a correction for a further continuation on the upside. So definitely impulsive price action, not overlaps between the major corrections, even on this smaller time frame or a lesser degree wave. So still looks very nice on the upside. Balancer is a nice project. Okay, I didn't look into it. I will study it to see. Potentially it might be good even for our members. In which crypto infrastructure is Balancer? Oh, it is okay. It is like Uni. Okay, Uniswap. Okay, for now it looks nice. 3 waves down, 3 waves up. Maybe even this flat might be finished soon. So it's a kind of a nice move on the Balancer. I think potentially you might pair that. This is a 50% retracement on the RSI 47, which is always a key one. If you go below, then you can maybe assume that this fourth wave pullback might be even bigger in a sense of deepness or deeper. So then you can just look here, or when this fourth wave reaches this RSI, it will be good to go to further continue on the upside. So pretty nice pattern, and I think it's going to move further on the upside. Kusama, okay, let's look Kusama. What's going on in Kusama? Yeah, Kusama is pretty much doing, as I said always, I don't um, really manage these charts. In the meantime, this was our drawing from before. So after reaching this 1618, we had a small pullback. I don't know if the pullback is over. Potentially not. Let me just look these subdivisions because they're I didn't we placed them after I think 3 weeks. We didn't look Kusama. I didn't look at it for members. So I guess we will do something like this in a wave 3 and 4 and 5. So potentially we are in this wave 4, which might take a little bit more of mojo or either a triangle here, and then we might continue higher. But it still looks very nice. We didn't see anything which will parallel this correction here. So I will expect to see that occurring and then a continuation. So Kusama in my book looks good. for a further continuation. Yeah, okay, let's look current developments. Dogecoin was in minus 12%. It's recovering a little bit more. A lot of the cryptos are in positive today. Some of them are working nicely on the upside. And Theta is also -1, but Theta still looks pretty much nice. On the upside, this sequence is still not finished. It might be potentially close to finish, but still not. We also looked Luna. I don't have it here. I will have to draw it. Potentially 5 waves down. So I'm very curious to see what Luna is going to do. We already went over the wet chain, which looks good. Let me just look Bitcoin again so we can close up this Thursday session and just to kind of look a smaller time frame. Bella, prestani, dođi ajde, dođi. So yeah, so we are going to continue to track this correction. I don't think there is still time to be worried regarding the current trend. So the RSI is dropping down on the daily. So I think some conditions soon will be there for a further continuation. But after that, I think this higher time frame RSIs will kick in after a new advance, and then when I think the market will become very much hyped on a Bitcoin going to 150 or 160 or 200 even, 200K this year, we will experience something like this, and I think disappoint many of this hype in price. But I definitely look to stay bullish even after this consolidation. I think crypto or a Bitcoin will continue higher. And I will close with that, guys. Thank you very much on the attention. I always like to see your opinions and chart requests. Trading analysis, crypto members area is always open to you. You can always take a small trial, which is a 14-day trial, costing I think around $10 or something like that. It's not very expensive if you want to see what we do and feel the exchange in our Discord, which is a very intense one. We exchange a lot of charts and opinions and potential charts, trades, and etc. etc. So you're welcome to come. Check us out and stay tuned. If not, stay tuned for the next Crypto Lab, which is going to be next Thursday with the latest developments on the crypto space, but without any hype. We try to do this scientifically, and as our members know, we don't support any hype or kind of a pushing any unsubstantiated from our perspective price actions that we don't see. So again, small warning on a Dogecoin, as you can look in the previous couple of minutes. Watch out. I think trend is coming slowly to the end. We have a little bit more steps on the upside, but we are going to go through over that in the next Crypto Lab as we approach this 75-80K levels, which I think is going to be crucial. So thank you very much on the attention. Hit that like button and see you next week, guys. Stay well and healthy, and I hope you will come and visit us next time. And also recommend our YouTube channel to your crypto friends and enthusiasts which would like to see our analysis. So see you. Have a nice week and bye-bye.